Hi, this is Eric. I am the Giant Triker, and today I'll be doing a little bit more trike maintenance. So today I'll be shortening the boom on the trike. This is mainly for transport. This will get the pedals in a little bit closer to the car so they don't snag on things while I'm moving it. Right now the tube hits the bottom of the main frame and it can't go any further. So I want to cut off some of the tube that's going into the main frame. Now, in order to make sure I did this right, I actually contacted Catrike support and I said, hi Catrike, I can't seem to find a clear answer online about this or in the manual. I need to shorten my boom for comfort and transportation. I've installed a mid-drive motor at the end of the boom which weighs about 10 pounds. What is the recommended amount of boom that should be in the receiver to support this configuration? Not sure if the model matters, but I have a Dumont from 2019. Thanks. And they got back to me the same day. Eric, thanks for contacting Catrike. You should have at least 5 inches of boom inside the main frame tube. I hope this helps. Perfect. So where I've got it right now, I actually want to give it an additional inch of tolerance in case I maybe change shoes and I want the pedals to be a little bit closer in the future. So I'm going to leave 6 inches of tube in the main frame. This may void your warranty, so if you bought this recently from a dealer, you might want them to do this for you so you don't void any warranties. And also just be very careful with this. This is irreversible. When you cut this piece of metal off, it ain't going back on. The first thing I need to do is remove the boom. And I'm gonna start with getting the chain off of here. I took the derailleur off a couple weeks ago, but if you need to take yours off, you're gonna have to loosen the shifter cable here and remove that. I don't have to worry about that. But I am going to disconnect my e-assist motor. Okay, so I've hit a little bit of snag here. This is too big to fit through my zip tie, so I'm going to have to cut this off. Okay, everything's disconnected. Now I just need to loosen the clipper clampers here. And I'm really going to loosen them up a lot. Okay. Now the fun part, I get to pull this thing off. Should be able to just kind of wiggle this out of here. Also, I'm going to take note of where it was. I had it at the 29 mark on here, so that's where the plastic shim here was for my boom. All right, easy peasy. Now it's time to do some measuring and get it on my makeshift workbench. Okay, got the boom off the trike, and I've got it in a miter box here, a little bit of towel to kind of get it in the right spot, and some clamps here, clipper clampers I like to call them. And I want to measure, I said 6 inches back from where it was, which was 29 mark here. So if I go back 6 inches, this is a little hard to do one-handed, but you can see that I end up just below that 50 mark. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do a little bit more precise measurement, and then I'm going to put some masking tape as a ring around the boom where that mark should be. Okay, got the masking tape on here, about right where I'm going to cut this. I'm going to put on my trusty safety glasses. Got my hacksaw, here we go. Okay. Whew. It's actually pretty hot here, but we got the peace sign. That's a really good sign. So I'm going to let this cool off, clean up my mess, and then I'm going to do some filing here. Filed the end of this thing, but can't find it. Not going to worry about it. All right. Hopefully this just goes right back in. I got some kind of squeak going on here. There we go. Pull this back out to 29. All right, great. Tighten the clipper clampers back up. There we go. Jeez, come on, man. All right, chains on. Hands are appropriately gunked. Let's connect the motor. Okay, we're done. I am going to ride this. I'm going to try to get in 100 miles on this configuration before I post this video. So let's do a montage of those rides, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye. All right, well, I was gonna record my conclusion while riding the trike, but my garage is completely covered with trucks and hoses and power cords so they can re-shingle the garage roof. So that was a bit unexpected. Got no warning about that, but it's okay. Let's do a walking conclusion. All in all, it was a pretty easy thing to do on my own. The hardest part was probably the sawing itself. It took me about 20 minutes of sawing, and I think the blade was probably a little bit dull on that saw, so you might have better results. I also had a friend recommend using WD-40 to keep the saw blade lubed up during the sawing portion there. I completely forgot to do that. I did ride about 100 miles with that shortened boom. I wanted to make sure that it was okay before I told you all how to do that and totally screw up your trikes. But I figure if 100 miles showed no problems, you'd probably be okay. The only issue I did end up having there was pretty minor. When I first put the boom back in, I thought I tightened it down pretty well, but that first couple miles or so, I noticed the boom was quite loose. It was rotating this way. So it was also a lot further down in than I had set it. So I'm not sure what exactly happened there. It came loose. I noticed it. I was able to tighten the clampers back up, and I didn't have any trouble since then. So I'm not sure if I just forgot to tighten it or something else weird happened. So be aware if you perform a similar thing on your trike to double check the tightness of your boom when you're done. I have yet to get the trike back up on the rack to see how much shorter it is. I ended up cutting about 4 inches off the boom tube. So I think it's gonna bring those pedals in about another 4 inches. Just enough where I don't think they'll stick out from the side view mirror anymore, which is great. That's really all I'm looking for. So that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and be sure to forget to like or subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.